Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Citer-Chatter by TalentCorp, where we share our stories, moments and experiences throughout our engagements within TalentCorp's program. And today is going to be very, very exciting. We have a very fun guest.
So first of all, I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you, TalentCorp. Thank you, Sophie, for inviting me. I feel very honored. I'm Izzati, and I do the marketing at TalentCorp for one of our initiatives called Malaysia at Heart, also known as My Heart. And it's basically the only initiative, I would say, that we have in TalentCorp for Malaysians abroad.
But just for the audience punya knowledge lah. So what exactly we are covering today, the topic today is very, very interesting. It's something close to my heart as well. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about living on a jet plane. So to the students yang macam, oh, I nak kena study abroad or I study local, which is best.
Yeah,
so
which is better.
Afraid not. So hence why I think we're going to cover a lot on that, and how also Malaysians help, how TalentCorp helps, Malaysians who are living abroad to still contribute back to the nation, and then, and what does TalentCorp do in that space. Yeah. So I think we have the perfect guest today. So did you study abroad?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I know that. I was just asking.
Basically, I think today's podcast is going to be interesting for me because I think I'm going to be able to offer a slightly different perspective. Sebab kebanyakan orang yang studied abroad, which I did, most of them studied undergrad. But for me, I didn't. I actually did my foundation and my degree locally. And then I decided that it was time for me to do my master's. It was always my dream. So I decided, okay, jom buat master's. And I applied to a few unis and eventually got accepted to University of Manchester. She said she's Mancunian. She's Mancunian.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I have a question. Sebab macam, I think banyak students pun, bila diorang cakap macam, bila you live abroad, right?
Yeah.
You would always have homesickness. I think that's what hinder a lot of people from going abroad juga. Rindu Canai lah, nasi lemak tak boleh makan lah.
Makanan nombor
satu, sister. So do you experience any side of that? Macam, was it bad or was it manageable? Because again, on another side of the coin, UK kan banyak Malaysia. Itu macam nombor kedua.
Betul.
Yeah. So how was that like for you?
A lot of people would label it as Kampung Melayu. Honestly, no tea, no shade. Like, I was happy to be there. I didn't care like whatever people labeled it as. I didn't want to tiba-tiba macam tak nak be of a Malaysian part of a Malaysian community. I wanted to be part of a Malaysian community because I went there at such an uncertain time where who else is going to help you and look out for you if not Malaysians. And because there are so many Malaysian students there, should there anything happen, like emergency ke, you know that dah lah you homesick kan, you away from your family. Mula-mula like maybe it will be quite exciting, but you want to be part of a community.
So you tak pick up any UK accent lah?
Okay, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah.
You don't have to come back, picking up any accents.
Tak lah, orang cakap bila kau pergi UK sehari pun kau dah ada pick up sama accent dah kan.
I rasa some people have a talent for that.
Okay.
I tak ada. Like the most is like, alright babes, and that's it. Like, alright babes. That's probably like the most I could do.
Okay, faham. Ke sebab you hang out with Malaysians banyak?
I think it's great to be part of Malaysian community. Tapi I think a missed opportunity for a lot of Malaysian students yang pergi sana is that you stay within your community sahaja.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Like,
when you move abroad, you have to take it as an opportunity where you kenal different nationalities. The beauty of that is that you belajar culture orang. Sama macam kat Malaysia.
Betul.
Kita berbilang kaum, right? So we learn different cultures. So dekat sana, you have to look at it the same. Some of them came from countries that were once the Soviet Union. Yeah. So different from us, but they offer such a beautiful and rich perspective to us. So benda yang you most likely kalau you duduk Malaysia you takkan experience. So bila pergi sana you have to take the opportunity because it enriches you. It makes you a more well-informed person and it makes you more considerate.
Okay, just for context for our viewers out there. So currently there are about 2.4 million Malaysian working abroad. We have over like 1 million people just in Singapore alone.
Betul, Singapore
you could have easily contributed to that statistics kan. 2.1
I did want to point that.
What made you come back?
Sejujur seikhlas
hatiku. Okay, tak ada no cap, no lines,
no cap,
only
because
facts.
I tak suka macam berkiak-kiak sangat. But honestly, it's because my visa ended. So you have to, I think this is a conversation that a lot of Malaysians abroad, tak kisah kat UK ke kat US or Australia, people like to discuss among Malaysians is pasal visa. Like visa status, what's your next plan? Because you know how we live on borrowed time on this earth?
Of course.
Kan. So I always felt like I lived on borrowed time and that gave me a lot of anxiety.
Faham.
Tapi kalau bahasa threat sekarang dia panggil Izzati kan?
Izzati period. You were the trendsetter.
Betul, I'm Izzati.
Yeah. Anxious Izati.
Betul. Did I try to stay longer? Sure. But like, to be honest, the most important thing for me was long term, what did I want?
Yeah.
Your career doesn't end just because you came home. That's a
Yeah,
misconception. I feel like every time anyone says about like, oh, balik Malaysia, like kerja like gaji kecil, you cannot compare pounds and ringgit Malaysia.
Of course.
You cannot.
Yeah, but people tend to do that.
That's the first thing they
Yeah,
do.
of course.
And I just have to say, the
Yeah.
grass is always greener. Hujan emas di negeri orang. Sambung?
Betul.
Sambung?
Hujan emas di negeri orang.
Hujan batu?
Oh, aku nak cakap lebih baik kat sini.
Jangan skip.
Hujan emas di negeri orang.
Hujan batu di negeri sendiri.
Negeri sendiri lebih baik.
Yes, di negeri sendiri.
Negeri sendiri.
Period.
Wait. Aku kena kecam sekejap lagi.
I've got a lot of stories to tell. I really have. I'm a really good storyteller. Tapi this time, I also know you are a good storyteller, and you have a lot of stories from your time in the US, I think. So tell me more. I want to know, like, because I know the experience in the US is different.
I didn't go on what do you call it, yours?
Or like a whole postgrad, undergrad.
Undergrad semua tu tak. Mine was slightly different because I went on an exchange program. Shortly after I habis SPM, I pergi terus for 6 months. So I was in South Carolina.
Ooh, you do dengan siapa, babe?
I had host family. So essentially, these people volunteered to take you in and care for you and show you the American way of doing things and living.
Foster family ni.
Foster family, babe.
What was the most life-changing experience pasal that program?
It wasn't long.
Yeah, but a
6
lot of
months
things can happen in 6 months.
Changed me, girl. I used to be an introvert.
Very
Memang tak
different
boleh.
than Sophie today, guys.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah.
Dia dengan dinding pun boleh cakap sekarang.
Padahal kau tak ada pun aku cakap dengan orang belakang kau.
Exactly. Voices in my head, right?
Yeah.
So that experience made you a bit more extroverted.
Yeah, it makes me, I would say, more confident. Bila pergi sekolah pun macam, you tak ada orang lain. It's just
The people in the
the
village
people.
or whatever.
And I was the only Asian in that school.
Dengan bertudung lagi ke?
Masa tu tak bertudung.
Masa tu tak bertudung. Oh, dapat hijrah.
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 Jangan
Alhamdulillah.
stok pada siapa yang cakap, oh kau pergi, kau,
Exactly.
oh kau balik kau bawa budaya kuning. Tak.
Dia balik Malaysia pakai tudung, babe.
Ada work in progress lah.
So I think that's another thing though, the fact that it wasn't like, it's like a reverse culture shock, low-key.
Yeah, I could say that. But when you go abroad, you discover sides of yourself that you've not tapped in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Betul.
So you have to learn your faith because people kat sana will be asking you, oh, why are you praying 5 times a day? Why are you reading doa before like everything? And like you have to explain.
Yeah.
Kalau kau datang kosong, babe, kena, babe.
Yeah, you nak cakap apa kan?
Kau nak cakap apa?
Betul?
Yeah.
They might even have preconceptions.
Yeah, I'm probably the first Muslim, a practicing Muslim that they've seen in South Carolina.
Like in the flesh.
In the flesh.
Yeah.
That's when I really learned my faith. My host mom,
Okay.
she's a secretary at a church, at a local
Okay,
church.
okay.
So, aku punya schedule, aku kena pergi church like 3 kali.
Sekali-sekali lah.
3 kali seminggu, babe. So, I'm needed to attend because mak aku, host mama aku tu kan dah setiausaha di gereja tersebut. Takkan
AJK yang very important person.
AJK.
AJK.
Yeah. So I also have to be there. Those things people would think, oh my God, menggoyahkan iman.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, it made me
Even more connected to
Yeah.
your faith. Yeah.
correct. Yeah, it made me even more connected to God. You have a point where you can share your knowledge as well. You know, so it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Of course, it's challenging on its own ways. Mula-mula tu because macam I cakap lah, aku budak Langkawi tiba-tiba kena pergi church.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful also my parents were not like macam, oh kenapa dari ni? Macam dia like, they understood that was part of the program, part of the experience. And it was not gonna like make me convert ke.
Kita ni kena ada pendirian. I think that's the most important
Yeah.
thing. And I think that's why a lot of students yang pergi at a young age,
Yeah.
they don't really have that pendirian yet. And they're trying to explore. But this is very important. And I think it just serves as an example that it's not all bad when you go there and then suddenly you go rogue and then you get culture shock.
Yeah.
I think that's a very unique experience. Even I didn't have that.
How that experience shaped my whole entire working experience is that ever since I kerja, TalentCorp is the first non-American company that I've worked with. Yeah.
She
So
said
I've
go back local lah.
go back local.
Give back to the nation.
Yeah.
Nation
So
building.
in that sense, because of that experience, you know, that helped me open doors.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
Know. Yeah. You know, in the end of the day, Malaysia way.
I think what's important is you make the most out of that experience.
Yeah.
6 bulan yang sangat membina ya.
betul ya.
Sangat membina.
Betul. I'm just super curious, like, you know, how did you find a job? Sebab masa tu baru habis COVID, you balik rumah, balik sini, balik Malaysia and things like that.
Yes.
You know, how was it like?
So kebetulan, August of 2023, I was in Manchester, and then I saw an invite circulating saying that TalentCorp is coming for a Salam dari Malaysia. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to go sebab bila lagi I nak network dengan other Malaysians kan. Exactly, dari rezeki. So okay lah, I pergi. They were talking about My Heart. And it was an actual soft launch at that time.
I see.
They went to London and then they datang Manchester. And I remember that's where I met Mr. Thomas for the first time. That's where I met Shira for the first time. All these people that for the first time I jumpa, and they were talking about My Heart. Then I did ask, like, is there anything on My Heart for people like me who are like in marketing? Because usually people focus on STEM and stuff like that. Because on My Heart, you can actually apply for certain jobs.
Yeah.
Tapi I didn't see anything for me. And to me, it's important to give feedback so that we are on their radar.
Yeah.
And then I talked to Shira at that time. I was saying like, hey, there's nothing really for me on My Heart at that time, but if you're hiring, let me know sort of thing. Then just like send me your CV. I secured a job 3 months before coming home.
Oh my God.
After I dapat that offer tu, memang I lega. I applied for the job pun sebab I wanted something meaningful for myself, and I feel like My Heart was relatable to begin with. So My Heart was giving back to Malaysians abroad, and I wanted to do more for My Heart. So my job basically is to put our programs on Malaysians abroad punya radar. So program macam REP, Returning Expert Program for Malaysians and not return. REP is not a new product, dah lama. And I think a lot of Malaysians abroad associate TalentCorp with REP. It's not to force anybody to come home. It's there if you need it. You are encouraged to apply because why wouldn't you? You get tax incentives to come home, tax incentives of car as well. If you marry a local national abroad, they senangkan your PR applications and stuff like that. So you come home with some added benefits. I would say it's like a soft landing for you to come home. We did a survey, and I think 99% of Malaysians abroad said that they wanted to contribute to Malaysia, but from wherever they are.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want to come home.
Yep.
And we completely understand that because times have changed. And you don't have to be in Malaysia to contribute to give back, because you've got such bright minds abroad, and we want to make sure we stay in touch. And that's what My Heart is all about anyway. It's just for you to stay in touch with Malaysians. So you can network with them, you can meet them if you want to. I think the hot topic is always brain circulation.
Yeah.
Brain circulation is not just like here within the country, it's Malaysians outside.
Yeah.
And a lot of them want to give back. We just need to give them a platform and avenue, and that's what My Heart is all about.
Macam, what are some of the success stories of My Heart? Like macam, do you manage to bring back some notable Malaysian who have been living abroad ke, datang balik ke Malaysia, or something, other programs that you did that you guys have been super proud of, anything like that?
I would say a lot of success stories that you can see from REP. We post returnee stories, like success stories. Some of these doctors, like Dr. Ken and Mel, they work at Prince Court. We've got healthcare professionals coming home. I think semua orang mesti kenal Dr. Imelda. She was a returnee.
Oh, Imelda Bachin, yeah.
Yeah, she's all over threads and stuff. We love her threads.
We love her.
We love her. And I do know now recently a Malaysian returnee, Dr. Delima, I think we met her last year in London during a healthcare session, and she's actually back and working with Dr. Imelda. She's on Dr. Imelda's team.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's like what do you call that? The what string theory? The invisible string theory. Let's go. So see, it's like it comes back. These things comes back, and like with REP returnees, it also feels really valuable to get these people home because they have this rich knowledge and then they give back.
Okay, babe.
Okay.
Before we end,
Okay.
I think we've shared a lot of stuff. Let's hear, what's your hot take? Hot take about studying abroad.
Okay, my hot take is just because you don't study abroad, you study in Malaysia locally, doesn't mean you can't make it big. You can absolutely make it big. Period.
I believe my hot take about studying abroad is that it doesn't have to be in the West.
Absolutely.
Kalau pergi study abroad je, UK, US.
US.
Of course, they have many established
Universities.
reputable institutions. Tapi there's more to the world than the
Betul.
West. Kalau
There's Singapore.
There's Singapore.
There's China.
There's China. Thailand even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Korea, South Korea. That female university.
Yeah. Ihwa. I'm probably butchering.
Woo!
Annyeonghaseyo. We shared a lot of weird stuff,
We did.
but essentially I hope that you guys out there find everything that we shared helpful. TalentCorp is always here.
Drop your comments. We're gonna reply to it. Drop your comments.
Yeah. But to those Malaysians abroad yang belum register, My Heart, please register now. Dekat mana Izzati?
That's myheart.my.
I heard that, Mike.
Period.
That's it. It's
Period.
gonna be here somewhere.
Period.
Somewhere
Here.
here.
Yeah, everywhere.
Maybe.
Good luck to the editor.
Editor, director, letak je kau plastik.
Betul.
Okay, and while you're doing that, to all Malaysians, don't forget to follow us on our socials.
On literally every social media kan?
Okay.
Literally every social media.
Cari je
on
TalentCorp.
okay?
Ada je.
Yeah.
Kalau tak nampak
Follow.
muka ni, nampak muka ni, ada je lah tu,
Betul.
the TalentCorp lah. Alright, so thank you again.
Thank you everybody.
See you all on our next episode. This is Citer-Chatter by TalentCorp.